And here is the Writer's Almanac for Saturday. It's the 19th of December, 2020. It's the birthday of Italo Svevo, born on this day in Trieste, Italy, 1861. Bank clerk, wanted to improve his English, hired a tutor who turned out to be James Joyce, who came to believe that Svevo was a genius, encouraged him to write, and Svevo wrote the book for which he's known, Confessions of Zeno, a memoir of a man undergoing psychoanalysis, considered one of the great Italian novels of the 20th century. It's the birthday of Eleanor Hodgman Porter, Littleton, New Hampshire, 1868, a popular writer whose most popular book was Pollyanna, 1913, young girl who looks for the good in even the darkest day and the worst hardships. And within a decade, the word Pollyanna entered the lexicon. Miss Porter said, "People have thought that Pollyanna chirped that she was glad at everything. I have never believed that we ought to deny discomfort and pain and evil. I have merely thought that it is far better to greet the unknown with a cheer." It's the birthday of Édith Piaf, born in Paris, 1915. Her mother was a cafe singer. Her father was a street performer, acrobat, contortionist. As a girl, she was sent to her grandmother's brothel, where she was raised by prostitutes. She became an international singing star with songs like La Vie en Rose and Non je ne regrette rien. Died at the age of 47. 40,000 mourners joined her funeral procession in Paris. It's the birthday of Maria Sanford, born in Saybrook, Connecticut, 1836. She became one of the first female college professors in the country. She was the first woman to deliver a commencement speech at a university. She taught at the University of Minnesota, where on her 80th birthday, someone gave a speech that described her as vehement and gusty, leonine, hale, and lusty. It was on this day, 1843, Charles Dickens published A Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge, the squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Dickens's previous novel, Martin Chuzzlewit, had been a flop. He was strapped for cash. Martin Chuzzlewit was a satirical novel, rather dark and pessimistic, and Dickens thought maybe he should write something heartwarming with a holiday theme. And indeed, it was successful, a huge bestseller in England and the United States. And it was on this day, 1732, that Benjamin Franklin began publishing Poor Richard's Almanac, a hodgepodge of information about the stars and weather and history and little adages, some original, some borrowed, such as fish and visitors stink in 3 days. The almanac sold well for a quarter century, made Franklin rich and famous. As he said, God helps them that help themselves. Here's a poem for today by Emily Dickinson, a poem from 1860. I'll tell you how the sun rose, a ribbon at a time. The steeples swam in amethyst. The news like squirrels ran. The hills untied their bonnets. The bobolinks begun. Then I said softly to myself, that must have been the sun. But how he set, I know not. There seemed a purple stile that little yellow boys and girls were climbing all the while, till when they reached the other side, a dominie in gray put gently up the evening bars and led the flock away. Emily Dickinson's poem number 318, I'll Tell You How the Sun Rose. That's the Writer's Almanac for Saturday, December the 19th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.